Hello fellow traders, I recently got a request to cover updates on stock ticker NNDM, known as Nano Dimension Ltd. Remember, you can always drop me a comment with any stocks you'd like me to cover in a future video. Nano Dimensions just published a couple of press releases, so I thought now would be a great time to do an update on them. If you haven't heard of Nano Dimension before, they are an Israeli company specializing in the development of 3D printed electronics on a micron level. Nano Dimension is primarily known for designing and producing 3D printed circuit boards, or PCBs, which are used in various electronic devices like smartphones, gaming consoles, and wearables. I'm going to refer to Nano Dimensions as Nano from here on out to simplify things. The first press release I want to talk about has to do with Nano urging Stratasys Ltd shareholders, stock ticker SSYS, to make massive changes to their own board of directors. Right now you might be thinking, what is Stratasys and what do they have to do with Nano? Stratasys is a company that specializes in products for the 3D printing industry. The company is best known for their wide range of 3D printers and materials. Nano currently owns about 14.1% of Stratasys outstanding ordinary shares. Nano wants the Stratasys board of directors to be replaced. Part of the press release contains dirt that Nano dug up on current board members. I've honestly never seen a self-published press release quite like this during an acquisition. Nano claims 6 out of the 8 directors have been serving on the board for an alarmingly long time, suggesting a lack of fresh perspectives and potential conflicts of interest. According to Nano, the Stratasys board has shown a disregard for shareholders, resistance to change, and indulged in unreasonable compensation practices. Nano claims they've made poor acquisition decisions, failed to integrate acquired companies, and even faced allegations of misleading disclosures. In contrast, Nano's proposed board members of founders and former executives from prestigious firms allegedly bring extensive experience and a track record of value creation.
Remember our company plan, guys. Start up, cash in, sell out, bro down.
Nano's proposed new board aims to refocus Stratasys' priorities on increasing shareholder value. The second press release published we're going to talk about highlights the fact that not only does Nano want to replace the Stratasys board of directors, but they also want to acquire Stratasys. And apparently Nano has reached an important milestone in their acquisition process. The waiting period under the Department of Justice's HSR Act has expired. By the way, the HSR Act is a U.S. federal law that requires companies to notify the Federal Trade Commission and the Department of Justice about proposed mergers and acquisitions. It allows the antitrust authorities to review the deal during a waiting period before finalizing the transaction. Since this waiting period is now expired, this means that no further review by U.S. antitrust authorities is required for Nano's special tender offer for Stratasys. Nano closed the press release with a statement saying that they look forward to, quote, completing its tender offer and bringing customers the benefits of the company's combined offering. However, a quick glance at the Stratasys homepage reveals that Stratasys is highly against Nano's partial tender offer. I've linked their response to Nano's press release in the description below. Nano makes some pretty wild accusations in these press releases, so in the interest of fairness before investing, it would be a good idea to check out Stratasys' response. Now, this next part is solely my opinion, but the press releases on both companies are somewhat ridiculous and kind of entertaining. I mean, it seems like they both devote an entire section beefing on each other's board members. It remains to be seen whether or not Nano's acquisition of Stratasys would support either company's growth goals. It's important to note that Nano Dimensions is an ADR penny stock in an emerging market. In terms of fundamentals, Nano is not yet a profitable company. However, Nano does appear to have a healthy amount of debt in relation to their assets. Therefore, at this moment, they are not at risk of bankruptcy. That's all for today's video. If you like this type of content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you'd like me to go over Stratasys' response to Nano's press release, leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and remember to trade gingerly.